Hey you, yes. Why are you late to the school? Is this the time to reach? Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. No apologies. Bring your parents tomorrow to school. I won't talk to them. How can children be so careless? Swati was often late to the school. Due to issues between parents, her father stayed away from family and mother took care of everyone. Swati's mother was a working lady. She worked day and night. She taught in a school and later in evening came back tired to do all household chores. Children grew up with grandparents. Swati had a tough time in morning, especially during rains, when she first went for tuition and then school. Really, not having father by her side made her to do own chores at a very young age. This struggle in itself wasn't sufficient probably when one day, while going to tuition alone, she heard some men murmuring in a farm she had to cross all alone. She was dead scared. Men laughed and she felt she would be trapped that day. By some divine grace, she ran like she would die that very second and managed to cross the farm at a befitting speed. She reached school in that stupefying condition that day. What would she have told the teacher? Life at the worst in this childhood? Why, God, why? Why testing this way? Her mother-father had strong fights. They always stayed away. Swati had grown up with the thought of separation in mind, which is why she realized early in her life that people came, played their parts, and left. Evam uktava rishikesham, gunakeshah, parantapah, nayotasya iti govindam, uktava tushnim babuvah. Having thus spoken to Rishikesha, Gunakesh, Arjun, the harasser of foes, said to Govinda, I shall not fight, and kept quiet. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 9. Times passed. She got married in her mid-20s. After marriage, Swati shifted to another city with her husband. She had a hard time making new friends in a place. Even the city was unknown to her and she was afraid of being a loner. She did not like the place and returned to the place she originally belonged. Initially, her days of marriage were quite good. She had nice time knowing husband, but as days passed and days became years, she began to have issues in her marriage and she began to imagine her mother's plight when they were kids and her mother was the one running after everyone to get things done. A sense of fear, anxiety and insecurity overpowered her decision making. She felt she needed a break from everything and wanted to go away somewhere, spend time alone and be in peace for some time. Although being good in academics, she had not achieved as per her expectations. She had failed her own expectations. This bothered her day and night. Despite all intelligence, she wasn't doing anything. This was the cause of her sorrow. People around knew this was bothering her, but didn't want to interfere in personal life. And now she was married. So why interfere? They were not so close either. Gradually, Swati got that feeling stay for longer durations that she was a loser. Her own life wasn't coming in her own hands. She was angry at her own self. She needed to take action, but her lack of proactive effort didn't lead her anywhere. This was true that she was alone. She had no one by her side. She had few trustworthy friends by the grace of God. Unfortunately, they could suggest, but could not do anything to make her happy. Swati had a firm thought overpowering her mind that she wasn't enough. She wasn't doing anything and that she was a failure. She was now totally by herself. She shifted to her mother's place and remained silent for weeks. One fine day, she went to a nearby shop to purchase grocery. On the way back, a car hit her and she had a serious accident injury. Really, the physical injury now took over the mental convulsions she spent all her time in. She could not walk for days, cried in pains. Now when she had to make an effort to get up, it required all her mental energy also to be able to do that. Gradually, as she gained strength in body and allowed her mind to say and do something positive, she could see the result of her actions. She could not believe that she would gradually be able to come back to normalcy. Her original image was that she shall be wretched for life. But now having to get up to do things, be busy in mending her injury, gradually lifting burden of aging mother, made Swati realize that things were possible. Not everything is in our hands, but mentally we still have to force ourselves to be able to get up and live again. This episode is brought to you by Geeta for Women. Send us your thoughts, queries, and requests for audio classes on geetaforwomen@gmail.com. Really? Could it be possible before? I had imagined that I shall be bedridden forever. To see myself walking is a miracle. How it happened? What made it happen? She could now believe that there was a scope to get well. She had taken the leap, took the chance out of the uncertainty, and made her mind. This also happened subconsciously. Even if one decides, what happens is spontaneous. Swati was congratulated by her peers for winning over her deepest fears. Swati, we had given up on you. We thought you wouldn't be able to make it. We thought you were drowning and nothing could save you. It's just a miracle. Thank you, Rakesh. For me, it's definitely a miracle. But to witness own self under all this has been an awakening process. I wonder how I opened myself to that space. Maybe all the older events were a preparation of this internal journey. To feel that energy is sheer grace of the Supreme, I would just say that. Not everyone could understand what she meant. Her meanings were best understood by her alone. A journey from outside to inside is spontaneous. Changes sometimes just arrive, and we don't get to know how things shaped. Always, it's God's grace.